This is chapter 3.1, Pythagorean relationships. So Pythagoras was a Greek philosopher and mathematician in ancient times. He was the leader of a group of academics called the Pythagoreans, and is currently known today for the Pythagoras theorem that we're going to learn about. Not this one, but next one, but you'll understand why we got to redo this after this. So the very first step is the definition of a square is that it has to have equal length and equal width. So they have to be the same, like this, 3 to 3. You can't have a square that's 4. This is not a square right here. This 4 by 2 is not a square. To be a square, you can have 4 or 2 by 2, but you can't have 5 does not make a square. 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 would make a square because you can go 3 by 3. 3 by 2, not a square. But 3 by 3, you can see, makes a square. So a square number is the product of the two numbers. 3 times 3 equals 9, so 9 is a square number because as you can see in here, we've got 9 different numbers. 3 times 3 equals 9. So that's a square number. A perfect square is a number that is the product of the same two factors. So has only an even number of prime factors, such as 5 and 5 equals 25. So 25 is a perfect square. 5 times 5 equals 25. A perfect square, again, has to be whole numbers. Can't be 4.5 times 4.5. We need to determine the area of the square picture with a side length of 13. So if we know that if this one is 13 right here, and this one is 13 right here, we have to go 13 times 13, which is also 13 squared. So there's two 13s, so we write 13 squared, which is 13 times 13, or 13 times itself. We know that when we type this into our calculator, or if we know our times tables well enough, 13 times 13 equals 169. So the area is 169 centimeters squared. You'll notice that centimeters squared matches with this centimeters, or this square up there. So when you see 13 and 13, I hope you think square. And you think 13 times 13. On page 82, you can do the show you know, and it's determine the area of a square with a side length of 16 millimeters. So 116 millimeters here. This side will have to be, you will have to figure that out because it's a square, and you can find the area using that. A prime number and prime factors. A prime number is a whole number that is greater than 1, that only has two factors, 1 in itself. So prime factors are factors that are prime numbers. Factors that are prime numbers. For example, the prime factors of 10 are 2 and 5. We did this in class on Khan Academy. When you break down a number, we did this in class when you have 36 and you take out 2, which leaves 18, and then you can take out 2 and 9, and then you can take out 3 and 3. So we know that the prime factors are 2, 2, 3, and 3. And I hope you guys picked that up from Khan Academy. If we wanted to find out the square root of something, it's basically going square backwards. So if we have 36 and we want to find the square root, that's what this symbol means. We have to find what number times itself equals that number. So 36 is 6 times 6. And that's what the square root of 6 is. So the square root is 6. There should be a button on all your calculators that will help you do that. But as well, if you know which numbers are square numbers, it will go a lot faster for you when you're doing your homework, and that's how you get mastery in Khan Academy. that's the end of the presentation. Please do the show you know, and we'll see you in class.